Right.
Amen.
Yes, I'm not too sure, Rabbi, if I'll be all the time. I might have to go out during the next session.
Okay.
We'll see.
19th of September, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Hello again, Rabbi.
Thank you. How you doing? How you doing, Lou?
Baruch Hashem. I had an epiphany over Rosh Hashanah.
What's that?
I was reading the prayer book, and I realized I can see.
Oh, wow.
I've had two eye surgeries, both for cataracts.
Uh-huh.
And before the surgeries, my sight was getting worse and worse. And I realized 100 years ago, I wouldn't be able to see.
Oh, wow.
My eyes would be completely clouded over by those cataracts. And they didn't have the surgery 100 years ago.
Wow.
Think about it. It's amazing.
Baruch Hashem. I hear. Very good.
I remember there was a time when if I forgot my reading glasses when I went to shul, I was in trouble. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the fine print.
Right.
Now I don't need them at all.
Oh, you don't need you don't need reading glasses. Nothing.
Only if it's very, if it's like a footnote.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes when I'm reading the Rashi, I need to put the glasses on.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
For anything that's normal sized, no, I don't need them at all.
Wow. Amazing. So they actually make your eyes better than they were naturally. Not only to correct the clouding over problem.
No, they're not better than they were when I was 20 years old.
But they were better. In other words, before you needed reading glasses, and now it's a different story.
Right. After 40, my eyes started getting worse, and by the time I was 50, like I say, if I didn't have my reading glasses, I was in trouble.
Wow.
With normal print, not the small print.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So you have a unique insight into how much you have to value your eyes that Hashem gave you.
I realize I have what to be thankful for.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So very good. Good morning, Phil. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Baruch Hashem. So Alan's told me he's got a therapist that's coming now, and so Roy is said he also might be involved with some other things that he needs to be involved with. Oh, there's Roy.
For the moment, yeah, I think I'll be all right. I'm not sure. But anyway.
Okay, so we have to chaperine.
Let's get going.
Chaperine all the time. Chaperine all the time.
Chaperine alamol. Get them all.
Get them all. Alamo.
Get them all, alamol. Chaperine, chaperine. It's a new song. Okay. So much for songs. Let's learn Gemora. That's the real song. So we got over here this case of Makris Rava that the Salkin Le'ela, Tatin Latata, whether you go here, whether you go there, back and forth, Eretz Yisrael, Bavel, a Bar Yisrael that knows Edis. You're just hazarding over what happened over here yesterday. A Bar Yisrael that knows Edis about about a fellow Jew that could help a non-Jew, and we took out these words veloti boy mine. We took out these words that the non-Jew didn't seek him out to give aegis for him. In other words, even if he did, and the Jew agrees to go and give aegis, even though he's only one aid on a fellow Jew, and causes that fellow Jew to have to pay an obligation that the non-Jew is owed. The Gemora says, "Mishamtinan le." We put that Jew that gave edus to just allow the non-Jew to collect what was owed him. We put him in chayrim. He's excommunicated. My timer, says the Gemara. What's wrong with what he did? Because he participated in a court proceeding that causes people to have to give money out based upon only one witness, and that's not the halacha. Below Amron, and we only said that we put him in chayrim in such a case if there's one that goes and testifies, because that's mamish shalokadin, not according to the halacha. You're allowed to take money like that, Ella. And so you'll ask, okay, I have a question on that. Actually, that's very interesting. Presumably, this Kusi, this non-Jew, he didn't go to a Jewish court. He went to a non-Jewish court, and that's what they do over there. And that's obviously what happened over here. But nevertheless, the Jew was not supposed to do that, and so there's repercussions. But if there was two Jews and they both went, so then we say, "Lo, we don't put him in chayrim." According to Tosfos, that's what it means. We don't put him in chayrim. But Tosfos says he's done. They both haven't done properly. But the others hold otherwise. That's a discussion about what does it mean over here when it says low. No, does it just mean that they get put in? They don't get put in chayrim, or they didn't do anything at all that was wrong, because the same exact thing would have happened in a bezdin. Right? If the goy would have gone into bezdin, and then the bezdin would say, you got to have two. Do you have two witnesses? He says, yeah, I got two witnesses, and then he calls the two Jews, and they come and testify for him. Okay.
I think the last thing we read here, I'm not too sure, was, however, we do not say this for one witness, except in the court, except where he is the only one who can testify, but not where two witnesses can testify, since in that case, Kusian law is the same as Jewish law. What's that? What did we cover in that? Did you? I don't know.
No, the law of the lot of the goyim is that they take with one witness.
Mhm.
So, but if in any case there was two, if there was two witnesses that happened to come and testify, so then we don't put those two in chayrim for having caused the Jew to have to pay, because in any case, Tosa says that even though they didn't really do 100% proper, but look, there was a possibility of a Chilul Hashem over here, and because the goy is you know, he's demanding the payment, and the witnesses know that he actually did pay, that he actually did lend, and therefore it's a makom chilul Hashem, and they're according to the Yom Shlomo, and therefore they did that's what Tosas is saying. That's what Tosas is saying. Whereas the Rush says he's not talking about a case of Chilul Hashem, and therefore it would be no problem whatsoever at all. Okay. Okay, but yeah. You mean the next part? The next part I didn't get there yet. About Beit Davar. That would be in a little bezdin, a little non-Jewish court in a small town. That's what they do. They do with one witness. One witness is good enough for them. But in the Beit Davar, which is the official court of the government, I guess Rashi says the Shilton, the governor over there. Also, the Gemora says Inu Nami, very very praiseworthy actually, if you could praise them. Chad, they Chad Amo Mosa Shadule. They Rashi said, what does that mean? Al pi eid echad ein motzin mama. Shadule. I guess that's some type of like they send them away if there's only one witness. So that's the case that you're describing. That they're at least in that halacha that they don't take out money from people except if there's two witnesses. Okay, so now we go on to the next case. We got, and then we're up to Rav Ashi, Omar Rav Ashi. Now this could be found. This is the first three words on the line. It's how many lines down from the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines from the top of the page. Omar Rav Ashi. Lou, would you like to read?
Okay. Amar Rav Ashi. Ki Havena Be Rav Huna.
1 second.
Wrong place?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You were right. I was looking at the next Rav Ashi.
There's a lot of them.
Oh yeah. So this one is only 4 lines down, and that's the one that we need to read.
Okay. So when Rav Ashi said, when we were in the academy of Reb Huna, Iboye Lan, we asked Adam Chashuv de Samche Ale Kevei Tere. in the case of a distinguished person of whom they rely like a group of two witnesses. My English says this is the government court we're talking about, the non-Jewish government court. Mapke mamona apume. We do say, I'm sorry, do we say that they will exact money on his word alone? Below iboye lay laas chude. And therefore, he should not testify before them. Odoma, or maybe, Kevan de Adam Chashuv hu, since he is a distinguished person, lo matze mish tamesh lehu. He cannot elude them. That's what my English says.
What's the word? Allude?
Elude,
You
E-L-U-D.
can't escape them. You can't get away from them.
Allude. That's
Elude.
interesting.
Yes.
Mishtamesh, doesn't mishtamesh mean to join?
Mishtameh is from the same word as Shemitah. And the Gemora uses this word. You know where the Gemora uses this word? When you got a guy who makes a claim, and for pay me the 1,000 that you owe me, and the other guy says I don't owe you, and then the other guy says I'm bringing a witness. One witness in that case, the Gemara says one witness will cause the alleged borrower to have to swear that he doesn't owe. And the Gemara says over there, what's the thinking? What's the reasoning behind the Din Torah? It's like the Gemara's darshanim. What's the reasoning behind what the Torah says? It's a Din Torah that he's got to swear in such a case. Even if there's only one witness. Of course, if there's two witnesses, he's got to pay. It doesn't matter what he says, right? We believe the two witnesses. But if there's even one witness, it can force this guy to swear that he doesn't owe. And the Gemara says that what's the reasoning? Because this guy, the reason why, and the question is, why would we want such a guy like this to swear? Just like he lied about not knowing that not fessing up to the fact that he owes money, he'll also lie to, he'll also swear false also. So Gemara says, no, he's not a guy like that. I'm not talking about a guy like that. I'm talking about a guy who the reason why he said he doesn't owe him anything is because ishtamute kam ishtametz. He's trying to just push off the guy. He's trying to elude him. He's trying to escape from the responsibility of having to pay the money right now because he doesn't have it right now.
But why
Right?
can't you say that?
And so I'm just saying that this case of, the whole reason I told you this whole story over here, it's not a story, it's a din in the Gemora and Bava Metzia. But to just show you that that's what the word ishtamut, that's what it means.
Okay.
To just like they translated, but I wasn't aware of the meaning of that English word. So we learned something today, huh? Allude. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Umatzi la'as hude. And he may testify. Teku. Let it stand.
Teku.
So they asked the following question. If a distinguished person can testify as a single witness,
Right.
then we say that they're doing the wrong thing by taking money on his word alone? Or do we say that because he's distinguished, he can't get away with it, so therefore it's okay? And the answer is we don't know. I'm not clear.
Okay, so the story is like this. The story is like this. We're not talking about a non-Jewish court. We're talking about that the plaintiff is a non-Jew, and he loaned money to this Jew.
The key is to read number 5 here. Actually, number 4. You have to read number 4 and 5 to understand these things in the notes in the art scroll.
Yeah, according to the English, it's a non-Jewish court, I think.
Right.
What are we telling? What are we telling? We want to know whether this Adam Chashuv can go into a non-Jewish court.
No, we want to know, since the non-Jewish
What's it got to do with a non-Jewish court? In other words,
Okay.
Why could it not be even in a Bezdin?
In a Bezdin, it's not going to accept, because the Bezdin you're not going to have.
There's no such thing.
You must have 2 witnesses. So the question is one witness good enough?
In other words, that's clear. It's clear.
Do accept 1 witness.
How could that? I mean, if the Jewish, if it's clear that a Bezdin would not accept it, so why would we allow him to go into a? That's just the problem that we had with the previous case. According to the Jewish law, he's got no right to go in there and cause this Jew to have to pay because it's shelo kedin. We put him in chayrim in that case. How could that be that in this case we have a shaila?
The reason we have a shaila is because we are not afraid that he will lie.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter that we're not afraid that he's lying. If in a Jewish court we would not accept him, because we tell him, look, you're just one witness, even if you're Moshe Rabbeinu, and Moshe Rabbeinu in a Jewish court is not allowed to go in and testify because we need to have 2 witnesses. Period.
Okay. So you have to reading notes 5 and 6 in this. Okay.
Well,
I'm going to read them, Lou. Are you okay?
Yeah, go on.
Fine.
Okay. You want to read them, Roy?
No, you go on. You've got them.
Well, we don't have any Rashi.
All right.
No, really. There's really no Rashi on this. So let's go to number 5. I mean, the Rashi was before this. Okay.
I'll read 4.
4 has a Rashi, but we did that part. That was different before. That was about the Jew testifying.
Rashi doesn't explain anything on this whole case. Okay.
So this case, because it's about the Kutin courts.
Sorry.
You want to read 4?
The official Kusian courts do not exact money on the testimony of just one witness. Rather, as is the Jewish law regarding a single witness, they require the defendant to take an oath to negate the witness's testimony, says Rashi.
Okay. So that was on the Rashi on before.
That was
It's Adam Chashuv, which is a different case. That's number 5.
In this respect, says number 5, the official Kusian courts differed from the Jewish courts. They accorded the testimony of a distinguished person the same status as the testimony of 2 ordinary people. Hence, a distinguished Jew should not testify on his own against a Jewish defendant in a Kusian court, because his testimony would cause the Jew to suffer a loss, and he would not have sustained under Jewish law.
Okay.
So then, what's the question then?
Wait a second. That's the first part. Now read number 6.
A distinguished person whose actions are publicly scrutinized would find it difficult to avoid testifying without desecrating the divine name. He should therefore be allowed to testify, although he would cause the Jewish defendant an unwarranted loss. The Jewish
That's the
person whose
old
actions
What's the desecration? What's the desecration? That he refuses to testify?
would find it difficult to avoid testifying without, yes, apparently,
Right.
by avoiding to
Yeah.
testify, he would be desecrating Hashem's name in the
But he won't
Kufi
testify.
court.
That's the reason for that's the Odilma part of it. So therefore, the question is, that's what it's a take of, that we don't know whether whether the Adam Chashuv can or cannot testify. That's why it's a take of.
And 7, in practice, one who finds himself in such a predicament should testify. And as Ravad, cited by Rashba and Shlita Mikubetets, Rosh, Mary, compared with Yam Shel Shlomo, and Sid Shuvas, Chasam Sofer, and Choshen Mishpat. That means even if he's not a distinguished person, he should be allowed?
No, the whole halacha is about just a regular person is not allowed to do that. The whole question is about an Adam Chashuv. And you're saying that in a non-Jewish court, they would take out money based upon the testimony of an Adam Chashuv, one Adam Chashuv. They don't need 2.
Because I regard him as 2 witnesses.
But in in halacha, there's no such thing. One right. Witness, doesn't matter who he is. He's not going to be able to be to testify in a case where we need to have 2 witnesses.
But it does say in practice, one who finds himself in such a predicament should testify.
I don't understand how. I don't understand what the question is all about. If in Jewish law, the Jew who's allegedly owes the money, it would be against the halacha to have him pay on the basis of 1 witness, even a Adam Chashuv. So the law is clear. So how is it that we have a question over here? Maybe he should go into the non-Jewish court and testify, because
the reason is given below. The reason is given below in note 13.
But we said above
that's part of the next thing. That's not part of this one. This is why it ended because we weren't sure which way to go. Because is it a big Chilul Hashem not to testify this Adam Chashuv or not? That was what the question was. Yes, he's going to cause a Yidel loss, but it's a bigger Chilul Hashem not testifying in front of these Kutim. That's what the second part was saying. That's what it said, that he can't mishtamet. He can't get away from them. He can't claim ignorance and disappear because he's an Adam Chashuv, a Jewish Adam Chashuv, and it's going to look bad. It's a big Hillel Hashem that he's disappearing when they really
they're coming and demanding that he testify.
Right.
So there's no way for him to in other words, it's not going to be good enough for him to say, look, in our courts, you're only allowed in our courts, you're only allowed to take money out if there's 2 witnesses. And there's not 2 witnesses, so I can't be a party to the case to take money out if there's not 2 witnesses. It's against our religion. It's against the Torah. That will fall on deaf ears. it won't be respected, and it'll be a Chil Hashem if he doesn't come to testify. If everybody knows that a Jew and Grada a Adam Chashuv Jew is being asked to testify, and he's not doing so. Because they'll say, oh, the reason he doesn't want to testify is because he doesn't want the Jew that should have to pay the non-Jew money, and that'll be a terrible Chil Hashem. That would certainly, yes, you can understand how that would be a terrible Chil Hashem. So in other words, okay. But in that, if so, then what's the teku? The Gemora comes out. We don't know what the answer is.
Right, it's a teku. According to the Gemora, it's a teku. But you've got more modern commentaries that have ruled on this, that they've given an answer. The Gemara itself says they're not sure which way to go. Should he testify or not? And then the final note on it says, in practice, we do. That you do have the Ravad, Ashban, Rosh, and Meiri who are saying, yes, we should. The Shita B'Beketzi.
Okay, so it must be that all these Rishonim must be saying that the Gemora comes out with a teku in regard to whether he can go lechatchila to go and testify, meaning okay, that's what I would think. There must be understanding that teku is not in a case of I don't know. I have to see them inside. I do have over here the Rashba Kosev B'Shem Arayvich Safik Maman Lakula B'Yochel Laha'id. Hosif Shein Kan Ela Safik Shema Yikabluhu Rak Ke'ed Echad Below Yotziu Maman Al Piv. Ken Kosev Arash Yochel Laha'id. Amnam Yam Shel Shlomo Kosev Shehu Ta'ut Sofer. B'tzarik lomar shelo ya'id. Kevin she'iser hu ligrom hezek maman haveroi b'hari safik iser lechumra. Okay, I don't have any mention over here about any chilul Hashem, but okay. Wow, that's quite a case. Quite a case. Okay, very good. Well, we have 5 more minutes. Okay. Yeah, I would like to see. Does it say who says the? Because I don't have any mention at all of a Chilul Hashem. I understand that I understand how there could be one, but I don't see that the basis of the decision of the Rishonim is taking into account that. They don't mention it, but I don't have the actual language of the Rishonim here either. I just have a note. So and you know me, I always like to look things up. But I don't have any of these Sforim, unfortunately, at my disposal right here, right now. So fine. Okay, that's a very interesting case. So you're saying it is, yeah. We had a little bit of this in when we were learning Sefer Chavetz Chaim about somebody who's neman kebei trei. Right. Okay. Okay. Oh, now. Oh, 1 second. Here, okay. Now we got.
I gotta get the door. I'll be back.
Okay. We got 3 minutes. Let's do the next Ravashi. Amar Ravashi, the second Amar Ravashi. This is the beginning of the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines down. Roy, you want to read the next Amar Ravashi?
Amar Ravashi said, Hey, Ba Yisrael, Zabin, Le Ara, Le Avad, Kochavim, Mitzra, Deber Yisrael, Koreh. This Jew who sold an idolater land that borders on land belonging to his fellow Jew, Mishamatinan Le, we excommunicate him. The Gemora seeks a reason for this law. May Ta'ama, what is the reason? Nama Mishum Dinar de Bear Matzara. If you say that he's deserving of such punishment because he violated, quote, the law of the adjoining property owner, unquote, but the master has said, Zavin Mayava Kochavim Zabin La'ava Kochavim. If one buys from an idolater or sells to an idolater, the kol mashrum de dinar de bear mitzvah, the sale is not subject to the law of the adjoining property owner. And the Gemara answers, Elod Marinan lay. Rather, the reason is that that the owner of the adjacent property can say to him, to the seller, This li araya amitzraya, you have placed a lion at my border. That is, you have potentially subjected me to harm. And on that explanation, the Gemara concludes, Mishmara Sina lay ad Gabil alay kol arasor to asay mechamim say. Therefore, we excommunicate the seller until he accepts upon himself to pay compensation for any harm that might result from the new owner.
Okay. Just by the way, before we finish, what is the din de bar mitzvah? The din de bar mitzvah is if two Jews own property next to one another, and then there's an adjacent property owned by one of them, and he wants to sell it, that property. So the din of the bar mitzvah is sell it to your neighbor. He's got the first dibs.
Yeah, we did. We offered that to our neighbors, but they didn't want.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Ezrat Hashem will be here tomorrow to learn more Torah.
Amen.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Be well, all of you. Bye.
Take care.
Bye, Roy. Bye, Lou.
Bye, Rabbi.